Here's my audience. Imagine it's third period. The class is quiet and everyone is anxious for the bell to ring. Suddenly, a student a few desks away collapses, and it's up to you to take life-saving measures to make sure your classmate survives. B. Wexler in Healthy Living said that first aid is the immediate help given to someone who is ill or injured. Providing first aid could be the difference between life and death. According to the American Heart Association, immediate bystander CPR can double or even triple a person's chance of survival after cardiac arrest. However, most teens today have never been trained in CPR or first aid. This topic matters to you because emergencies don't wait for adults. They can happen in your classroom, at practice, at home, and you could be the one that needs to act. I am credible to listen to as I have spent weeks researching this topic. Mandatory CPR and first aid training and certification should be provided in school because it allows students to act confidently in emergencies, reduce preventable deaths, and prepare them for the future. Knowledge turns panic into action, and training in CPR and first aid equips students to respond calmly and confidently instead of panicking under pressure. I am personally certified in CPR and AED use and in first aid. Before certification, I never thought of what to do or where any kits or AEDs were in case of an emergency. Now I always scan the room for emergency equipment and am actively thinking about how I would respond if something were to happen. I believe being trained in CPR and first aid helps people become more prepared in stressful situations. In an interview I conducted, I asked Carrie Wirtz, if someone collapsed in front of you, would you feel confident knowing how to help until emergency responders arrive? Her answer was yes, absolutely, without a doubt. CPR and first aid certification does help, and it boosts the confidence as how to respond in methodical, organized manner versus chaos. Knowing how to help and what to do is a huge confidence builder. This reinforces the idea that training doesn't just give knowledge. It builds the confidence needed to act quickly and effectively in emergencies. According to safety training seminars, that confidence translates to other areas of life and becomes more likely to step up as leaders in their school and communities. I can attest for this as I am more involved in my community and am always looking for new ways to step up and lead. Training allows to stay calm and act while others may have panic, helping to reduce the numbers of preventable deaths. When a heart stops, the difference between life and death often depends on the people nearby. Teens are some of the first on the scene, especially at home or in school. Having an educated teen in both CPR and first aid reduces the deaths related to having a lack of CPR or first aid, as stated by safety training seminars. Being educated and certified allows teens to feel a sense of empathy and compassion. This means they are more likely to assist in emergencies compared to those who are not. In a study by the National Institutes of Health, or NIH, 2,395 high school students in 2021 to 2022 were surveyed about CPR and first aid knowledge. Although 86% reported having CPR training at some point in their lives, only 21.5% of them have been trained in the past year. As for first aid, only 22.7% knew how to perform first aid, and a third of them had received training in the past year. These statistics show that while many teens understand the importance of CPR and first aid, very few are consistently trained and prepared to respond. Increasing CPR and first aid training in schools could significantly improve survival rates and reduce preventable deaths. And behind these statistics are real people whose lives depend on someone nearby that know what to do. In addition to saving lives, required training builds a culture of responsibility and preparedness. During an AAU basketball tournament, teenager Carter Zan suffered a cardiac arrest, despite being regularly active and a healthy teen. While playing, he collapsed and a teammate began CPR while an AED was located. 911 was called. He was rushed to the Copley Medical Center before being airlifted to Lurie Children's in Chicago. His mom, Kathy, shared that she and her husband, Jeremy, were beyond grateful for the bystanders, EMTs, and both sets of hospital staff. Carter had his first conscious memory on his 5th day at the hospital, though he still had a long recovery ahead of him. Kathy now says before, we did not take heart health seriously in the past. We were never CPR trained. We didn't know where any AEDs were. We were sort of oblivious. Now, the entire Zan family is CPR trained. The full story is on Ann and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago. Stories like Carter's show how immediate action and proper training can make the difference between life or death. Making CPR and first aid mandatory in schools is not just a good idea. It's a necessary step towards saving lives. Every student deserves the chance to be prepared for emergencies, not left standing by unsure of what to do. By requiring certifications in these classes, schools can give students the confidence and skill to act when they matter most. The life you save could be a friend, a teammate, or a family member. So it's time to make sure every student is ready and to step up and make a difference. In conclusion, providing mandatory CPR and first aid certifications in school would empower students to respond effectively in emergencies, reduce preventable deaths while building important life skills. As we've seen today, teaching CPR and first aid in schools gives students the confidence to act in emergencies without stress, having the potential to save lives by reducing preventable deaths, and prepares them with skills that could make a difference for the rest of their lives. So, now you're back in that 3rd hour. The class is still quiet and everyone's waiting for the bell. This time, when that same student suddenly collapsed without hesitation or panic, you step forward and begin to do the life-saving actions that can mean the difference between life and death. Here's my audience again.